Okay, so we're going to start on page 5, and we're going to not be too concerned about the colors right now. I might point them out, and you can, you know, in your as part of your preparation, you can watch the video and highlight it then when you're about to lead this to someone else. How's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because we have a busy day, we got a lot on our plate here. Okay, tell me when you're at page 5,
Okay, I'm at
which looks
page
which
5.
so it looks like this.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so the section is called "You Only Hear What You Are Ready to Hear." We're talking to you at many levels of your awareness, all at the same time. But you will only receive whatever you are now ready to receive. Everyone will not get the same thing from this book, but every reading of this book will net you something more. This is a book that will be read many times by those like Scott and Samina who understand its power. It is a book that will help physical beings understand their relationship to God and to all that they really are. This is a book that will help you understand who you really are, who you have been, where you are going, and all that you continue to be. This book will help you understand that you never ever get it done. It will help you understand your relationship with your history and your relationship with your future. But most important, it will awaken within you your awareness of the potency of your powerful now. You will learn how you are the creator of your own experience and why all of your power is in your now. And ultimately, this book will lead you to an understanding of your emotional guidance system and to an understanding of your vibrational set point. Here, you will find a series of processes, meaning that here in this book, you will find a series of processes that will assist you in reconnecting with the non physical part of yourself, processes that will help you in achieving anything you desire. And as you apply these processes, and as your memory awakens to the powerful laws of the universe, your naturally joyful zest for life will return. Let's put that in pink. That's a promise. Your naturally joyful zest for life will return. And it's kind of like that is the promise of the book.
Mm.
So I'm going to do the following real quick, and you can do it later because you'll be watching this later. I'm going to highlight in blue, now going to the top, anytime it says this book. Everyone will not get the same thing from this book, but after reading this book. And then it is a book. This is a book. Wow. Help you understand who you really are. Help you understand this book. Wow. Lots of blues going on here. Most important, it will awaken within you it is this book. Wow. Oh, and ultimately this book will lead you to that's a promise. The last one, this book will lead you to an understanding of your emotional guidance system and to an understanding of your vibrational set point. So that's what this book is about. And the pink is the promises and the value you get from going through this book.
Your sound cut off.
Sounds went off. Chuck.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So what happened to you? What do you think?
What happened to me?
Yeah, your sound got. Were your
Your
batteries dead?
sound. No, my batteries are fine. I see my sounds working.
Mine's
It's
fine again?
you I can't.
Is it okay
Yeah,
now?
you're just cutting in and out. It's okay now.
Huh. Yeah, so basically you let a person know, like, this paragraph, these two paragraphs are 3, 4, 5 paragraphs tell you what this book is about, really real clear, and it's really clear what you're going to learn and what the value is out of this going through this book.
Hmm.
So it's like, do you want that? So, right, you don't take someone through unless they say, yeah, they want that. So, right, or at least,
Yeah.
would you like to have one session? But if so, then let's at least just do this paragraph. And so let me ask you, Samina, would you now read this book, these 5 paragraphs yourself, and then I won't interrupt, and then you tell me what this means to you? Those, did you highlight the pink promises?
I just highlighted your naturally joyful zest for life will return.
So just do this one too. Will lead you to an understanding of your emotional guidance system and to an understanding of your vibrational set point. And then we'll talk about what that means after you read to there. And then once you understand clearly what that means, you can tell me why you want to continue. In other words, we don't want to waste our time giving this to someone who it's not for. So this is how
Yeah.
we will start the booking process with anyone. You take them to page 5 first.
Okay.
I'm also going to put here in orange, because I think it's just like important information, that we can't promise you anything really. It says we can't promise you much more than what you can't. This is what Abraham promises. We can't be promising more than God. So in
Yeah.
orange, I think it's important to put, you only hear what you are ready to hear. That's the kind of like, that's the promise. We can't guarantee anything. This is a highly high level spiritual book. And the
Yeah.
language of it, the language is coming from a place where language isn't required, or language isn't even used. So it's already a translation, the fact that we're getting this message through a book.
Yeah.
So that means there can, everybody's going to get something different, but it will lead you to an understanding of your emotional guidance system. It'll lead you there to an understanding of it, whether you use it, be responsible for that or not. They can't promise that. You could know the law of attraction and still choose to worry, right, Samina?
Mm-hmm.
Right? For a
Exactly.
person who doesn't see themselves as an addict, this is a very good process to go through, right?
Yeah.
And to an understanding of your vibrational set point. So this book is going to give you an understanding of some laws of the universe, but it's not going to promise to change your life. Your naturally joyful zest for life will return, but that's a promise. So anybody who's gone through the big book who still finds themselves not too happy, or you're not as happy as they'd like to be, and they're at a loss of what to do that they're willing to do, because they already know what they should do in 12-step fellowships, right? And for whatever reason they're choosing not to do it and probably beating themselves up about it. So
Yeah.
here's a different way. If you consider yourself recovered from your core addiction, here's a different way that's also free. It's also, we're suggesting that it's our hope that you would pass this on to at least one person yourself. Once we take you through it, for your own benefit, you do that, and the benefit others, you do that. And the promise is your naturally joyful zest for life will return. Okay, now
Mm.
you read those 5 paragraphs, and now I will shut up. This is so
Okay.
amazing what's happening here. I can't believe it.
All right. Starting from we are taking. to the top?
Starting from, you only hear what you are ready to hear. Kind of like as if I was editing. I just did my version of it. Now you do your version of it. You do all the reading, and then I'll ask you a question. And we'll talk after you finish reading those 5 paragraphs that I just read for you. I
Okay.
figured they're that important. Oh my God, this is the whole. Holy shit! Like
Yeah.
we can't go on until after this anyway. So why don't we just have you read the same thing? We might not even do another page. That could be all we do today. That would be fine because that's fucking profound to really ponder this. This is what this is about. This is the value, the only value we can say you're going to get, right? And so I want you to be present to that, and then tell me why you want to continue. If you
Okay.
want to continue through the process, because I'm showing you how to do session 1 with a new person. And I am going to suggest right now, Samina, that once we finish you reading it and us talking about it, that's the end of the session and we just book the next one. That's the way the process should go whenever you do this with people. First session is only this. So they have time to reflect. Do they really want this? And then you schedule it. So if you go through this with John in 30 minutes, it's 30 minutes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
go ahead.
You only hear what you are ready to hear. We are talking to you at many levels of your awareness, all at the same time, but you will only receive whatever you are now ready to receive. I would say
Something,
that's in
some,
pink too, right?
something. No, that's not. That's a negative promise. Almost. It's got to be okay. We are talking to you at many levels of your awareness. I would put that in yellow. Don't do it right now because we're trying to get it as close to like the colors of the big book. So
Yeah.
we are speaking to you at many levels of your awareness. That sounds like a prayer. That sounds like God, right? So we're going to put that in yellow later,
Mm-hmm.
all at the same time. But you will only receive whatever you are now ready to receive. That might be orange because we only want really positive promises. That almost sounds like, well, you're only going to get what you get. That doesn't sound like it's really powerful, right? Yeah, that's not even a promise, right? Green plus yellow equals pink. So look at the pink stuff and say, do I want that pink? Well, that's saying nothing. You're only going to get what you get.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's not pink. Go ahead. Everyone will not.
Okay. Everyone will not get the same thing from this book.
See, I'm putting that in orange right now. That's it. That's orange.
Yeah.
Everyone, but this book's blue. Everyone will not get the same thing. Orange. Keep going.
Um, but every reading of this book will net you something more.
That's obvious. So I'm not putting it in any color. That's not pink, even though it looks like it could be.
This is a book that will be read many times by those who understand its power.
Okay. So I'm going to put it in green, right? Read it many times, right? Read many times. Go ahead.
It is a book that will help physical beings understand their relationship to God and to all that they really are. Capitals. This is a book that will
I just
help you.
want to say something's telling me to put that in pink that will help physical beings in pink understand their relationship to God and to all that they really are. Someone's telling me purple. I'm going to trust that. Go ahead.
This is a book that will help you understand who you really are, who you have been, where you're going, and all that you continue to be. This book will help you understand that you never ever get it done. It will help you understand your relationship with your history and with your future. But most important, it will awaken within your awareness of the potency of your powerful now. Capitals. You will learn how you are the creator of your own experience and why all of your power is in your now. And
So I'm just
ultimately,
going to, I'm putting this in pink. will awaken within you your awareness of the potency of your powerful now. That's a positive promise. You will learn how you are the creator of your own experience. I'm putting that in orange, just this part. You are the creator of your own experience. That's important information. And why all of your power is in your now. And ultimately, go ahead.
And ultimately, this book will lead you to an understanding of your emotional guidance system and to an understanding of your vibrational set point. Here you will find a series of processes that will assist you in reconnecting with the non-physical part of yourself. Process that will help you in achieving anything you desire.
Processes.
Right? Non-physical part of yourself. Processes that will help you in achieving anything you desire. And as you apply these processes and as your memory awakens to the powerful laws of the universe, your naturally joyful zest for life will return.
Okay, so tell me, what are you getting from this book in terms of what is this a book is about and why that's important to you? It's so important to you that you think it's worth your time to book, more sessions and go through this complete process. And or, tell me why maybe you don't think it's a good use of your time.
Well, I think because being in this energy for me is, I think, the most highest level I can be. And going through this with you, and really, whether it's an hour, hour and a half, like, like scheduled.
Oh, this came to
And
me in my guidance to say that I think it would be completely honorable to say, if you wanted to do a social accountability sharing video about what you got through going through Abraham's written word, that counts as however many videos you're doing for the videos. It's the same thing, in other words, in terms of
okay,
the agreement. You shouldn't have to go through this and then a video.
yeah,
This
okay,
counts if you want it when we're done. If you want to do a video, right? And it's like, I just had this incredible session going through the booking process like this with the book, and this is my social accountability sharing video. And don't even mention like that I'm allowed to honor my agreement, because we want a new person to see, oh, look at this is what's happening here. That's pretty cool. You don't
yeah,
reference anything else, in other words.
okay.
Yeah, you don't have to mention that there's this whole Abraham video clips in there. That'll just confuse the people we're trying to buy into this social sharing process that are going to come off from the Facebook ads that we're doing right now. So continue talking.
Like, I feel I'm like ready for this, ready to take the next step. And, I hear asking is given, asking it is given, but I've never read the book. And this will get me, as I'm going through this process with you, will get me to actually read this book, which is like, I would say, I think this is going to be the most important book that I can have and go through, for myself, because that I want to be at this level.
What level is that?
Just like, the whole believing vibration, positivity, high vibration, have that be consistent in my life, because that's how I know, all the desires, miracles, just like with the big book, miracles can happen. Like I told you, not, but this is related, like a miracle can happen. Do we see it possible now? Maybe it's illogical, but miracles can happen where all of a sudden, like, we're worried about the, being like, for our
We're not
time,
worried. We're not worried.
we're
And
not
then what
worried.
happens?
Sorry.
Don't
And all of
mention
a
it.
sudden we could, receive a notice, hey, management has changed,
Exactly.
right? So, like,
Miracles happen when you're not thinking about or present to any aspect of your experience in this life, in this body, that is something you don't want or wish you could change.
Yeah.
That's when miracles happen. And that's why so many happen when I'm taking people through the big book daily.
Yeah.
And I believe that the same thing's going to happen here. Taking people through this book daily.
Yeah.
People who don't resonate with the definition and the meaning of what the word addiction means, you know, inside like 12-step communities.
Mm.
Or maybe they got a real difficult, like bad habit that would be considered like a hard drinker. In other words, they're not the really addicted to this thing, but they look like they're really addicted to this thing to anybody who's judging them. But they actually do have power over this thing. And so to take them through a powerless model that attempts to convince you that you have no power when you actually did in this area, but you thought you're going to just force yourself to believe something that's not true, and then you could apply the 12 steps, right? Well, this is for everybody else, right? You don't even have to, you don't even have to look at it as a bad habit or addiction or anything. This is the way to manifest your desires in life, you know, and move
Yeah.
away from the thing that you're present to as being your biggest problem in life right now. It's the way out for those who don't fit into the addiction paradigms, or it's a way out to those who don't fit into those addiction paradigms.
Yeah.
I'm realizing just as we're talking that this is we'll send this to John next week, because this is what we want him to start helping us write.
Yeah.
Right, is an offer to get people to respond to this book.
Yeah.
Right, almost put everything in this and put the whole big book thing on hold, because it's just going to keep running itself for $5 a day. In fact, I'll probably get it down to $1 a day. Like, soon as we get the new offer, I'll change that to $5 a day or $1 a day. Just keep it going. Don't turn it completely off. But all our money should go into getting people to take through this book, Asking It Is Given. And then after that starts to work, then we start making our payment, our fee-based offers going out to both of those audiences. Just
Yeah.
message differently for the community that's 12-step and the community that's not. This is so beautiful. Anything else you want to say before we move on to the next? I want to continue, actually, if you do.
No.
So you start reading chapter 2. We are keeping our promise to you. Oh, you know what? You just read, and I'm going to color in the background.
And you'll tell me later what you've highlighted?
Yeah, I'll show it to you. I'll give you my book.
Okay.
Even better. Just
Cool.
copy it way faster.
All right, chapter 2. We are keeping our promise to you. We are reminding you of who you are.
So circle, but don't do it. Circle we, put we in yellow, representing, the color that's closest to God. And then it's just like, be straight with them. When they say we, that's what they mean. Just imagine that we is all higher powers, all conceptions of God, are inside of this. So whatever God or higher power means to you, imagine that's who's speaking to you. Not that it's true, right? So that people can just get, okay, so if you're a Christian, you mean Christ is saying that? Yeah, so it's like Christ is part of the we, just so that we can all be inclusive here, instead of like having this whole discussion about like how this is so weird that Abraham's a collective and blah, blah, blah. Got
Okay.
it? Keep going. Do you know?
Do you know what you want? Do you know that you are the creator of your own experience? Are you enjoying the evolution of your desire? Do you feel the freshness of a new desire pulsing within you?
So let me, support this. Do you know what you want?
Mhm.
Imagine that Abraham's saying that. What's your answer to that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Put a check mark there. You should put the check mark there.
After want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To telling you to ask a question.
Yeah.
Notice I didn't have you tell me what you want. Like, we're not turning this into counseling. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Do you know that are you enjoying the evolution of your desire? Do you
Wait.
feel,
Do you know what you want? Yes. Do you know that you are the creator of your own experience? That's a question. Yes or no?
um, yes.
Check mark.
Are you enjoying the evolution of your desire? Check mark.
Okay.
Do you feel the freshness of a new desire pulsing within you?
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
Check mark.
Yeah, it's this addiction stuff for me. And like moving to India and all that, all of that. We're going to be celebrities whenever we visit any place because the 3 places that Dad said to go to, right? I just decided to throw them into the, and we're getting people from Tanzania and Dar es Salaam are like liking the page. If we ever go on vacation there, we'll walk in there and people will know us, even though that's not my intention. They will though.
Hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead.
If you are among the rare humans who answered, yes, I'm enjoying the evolution of my desire, I feel wonderful as I stand in this place where many things that I desire have not yet come to me. Then you understand who you are and what this physical life experience is really all about. But if you are, as most humans are, feeling unhappy about your unfulfilled desires,
Okay, let's pause. Would
Mhm.
that be you? Are you, like most humans, feeling unhappy about your unfulfilled desires?
Sometimes.
Yeah, so put ST for sometimes. See, the booking process is evolving. I've never had ST beep before. Go ahead.
Okay.
And remember, the reason you're writing it down is to remind you to be present when you're with that person, that you ask them the question, so that they're
Yeah.
they're they're starting to think about what's being said here.
Yeah. If you have a desire for more money, but
Do
you
you have a
find,
desire for more money?
yes,
Put a check mark.
but if you find yourself in a continual state of shortage,
Samina, do you find yourself in a continual state of shortage?
yes.
Check mark.
If you're not satisfied with your job situation,
Are you satisfied with your job situation?
satisfied, I think for the most part,
So if you're not satisfied with your job satisfaction, so put ST for sometimes. So sometimes you're not satisfied with your job situation,
yeah,
but you feel stuck and cannot see any way of improving it. Is that how you feel? Do you feel stuck and
sometimes.
can't see any way of improving it? See, I think you used to, but thanks to the big book and this book, that's no longer true for you.
Yeah, yeah.
So put an X for no.
Okay. If your relationships are not satisfying, or if the dream relationship that you have desired for as long as you can remember continues to be just out of reach,
Does that
if,
seem any, can you relate to any of that?
not really, not directly, no.
Okay, so put question mark or X.
If your body does not feel or look the way you would like,
Is that true? Of course it
sometimes,
is. Oh yeah. Should put ST, yeah. ST. That's great that
then,
it's only ST. It used to be all AT all the time.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Then there are some very important and rather easy to understand things that we would like to convey to you here.
Okay, continue. I'm excited. They're really getting me ready to hear what, yeah, because we can identify with that. It's almost like that is kind of like their step one. Are you like powerless over this or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
We want you to give this
No,
information
no, no, no. Read correctly.
we want to give you this information because we want you to find your way to all things that you desire. But that is really only a small part of our reason. For we understand that even when you have achieved everything on your current list of things that you desire, there'll be another list, even longer and more expensive.
No, expansive, like expands.
Expansive to take its place.
So we understand that you may have all these things that you want and you think that's what it's all about, but we understand that once you even achieve all your list of everything you think you want, there's this whole other expansive list of desires that, you know, are going to take its place. So the list is always going to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
So this book is not being written to assist you in getting everything you want checked off your list. I'd be putting that in orange, eh? For we
Yeah.
understand the impossible nature of that endeavor. We write this book to reawaken within you your memory of the power and inevitable success that pulses through the core of that which you really are. We write this book to assist you in returning you to your place of optimism, positive expectations, and expanding joy, and to remind you that there is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. We write this book because we promised you we would. And now, as you hold this book in your hands, you are completing a promise you made as well. Wow. What do you think that promise could be for you, Samina? Because it's just left in our hands to interpret. It's saying, we made a promise to you that we would write this book. And it's saying, you are completing a promise you made as well. So it's implying that, yeah, God or source knows that we made a promise to ourselves or to God or source of some sort. We may not remember that promise, obviously, but a promise was made.
I think for me, I see it a promise would be to always have faith in the higher power, no matter what, to not let my faith go away or get tarnished.
Wow. I have no answer for that question until you gave one. I thought I wouldn't have an answer. You know what? For me, what it would be? I made a promise to not give up.
Mm. No matter what.
Yeah. So this is part of my promise to never quit on that which is most important, which is to never give up on my dreams. Meaning
Yeah.
the dreams that I don't have, even. Like I don't have any dreams anymore. You know, meaning that I have these desires that I'm maybe unaware of most of them, right? But I have a very satisfied and fulfilling life. There's no question about that. So for me, I'm
Yeah.
answering the question for me because this is unusual. We're going through this together. Like, in other words, I haven't gone through it first. This is, you know, we're going through this together. I'm just leading the color processing part of it. We're both trained in this material, me
Yeah.
more so than you, but this book is new and fresh to us.
Well, how I see it as it relates to me at present right now, if I could just share, is that for me, what just came to me is made a promise to myself, have faith, and like I said, never give up. That relates to me too. So to put it into a specific example of what I'm dealing with right now, that's why it's like I have this fight in me. Never give up on Tan Lisa. This was my dream. I got my dream that I never thought would be possible, at least not when it happened. But I never thought I could afford this place. It was just a fantasy or drive by since a teenager. I wonder what that building is. I never even fathomed that I'll be living here one day or I'll be having this space. And that's the significance for me. It's not, yeah, we have the den, it's beautiful, but it represents something that goes beyond the physical. It was a dream and never give up on that. Now, if I evolve and choose to move on to something else, who knows, right? What God has planned for me. But it will be my choice, my will. It won't be made out of fear. And that's the promise I made to myself.
So now connect me to this book, because so far you haven't. You're leaving it up to me to interpret what that means. So far it seems like, what the hell are you talking about? So just draw the connection now. How is what you just said about I'm not going to lose my dream unless it's my choice? How is it related to what we're doing in this book? Our commitment to study this book together.
Well, it's related to my desire, what I want. Not acting out of fear, because people will do what they do. That's their vibration, but not following that vibration. Coming from a place of abundance, like what we're about to do, I'm about to do today, making notes, doing a video. See it as an abundant thing. Don't see it as something I gotta just get this out of the way. It's not part of my, blah, 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 suffering. See it as this is an opportunity. This is coming from abundance, right? It's part of my personal desire, and I guess you could say integrity with the promise I made that I don't remember I made. It's very much connected to what you said also, never give up. I never saw myself as a quitter. That's why I would just fight to finish that course. If I had to repeat a grade, I would fight to finish it, complete it. I would not just quit. Maybe an occasion like landmark education, but that was different. So see something through. And how it connects to this book is seeing everything as abundance, as an opportunity. This is part of my, I guess, spiritual growth and maybe my faith. I know you don't believe in tested, but maybe my faith is being a little bit. So have faith. Like have the abundant positivity, have fun in the process, enjoy the process, because as Abraham says, it's not about your destination, it's about the process. The process of being here, the process of, yeah. So did that, yeah. Continue? So this book is not being written to assist you in getting everything you want checked off your list, for we understand the impossible nature of that endeavor. Actually, we write this book to reawaken within you your memory of the power and inevitable success that pulses through the core of that which you really are. We write this book to assist you in returning you to your place of optimism, positive expectation, which is exactly what I was saying, and expanding joy, and to remind you that there is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. We write this book because we promised you we would. And now, as you hold this book in your hands, you are completing a promise you made as well.
For me, I was looking for the promise. I couldn't find it, but it's somewhere in step 10 or 11. the promise is to grow in my understanding and awareness of God as I understand God. That's the promise as well.
Yeah.
And I think there was also a promise to never give up on God for me,
Mm.
because when I was a kid, I gave my life to Christ, and I cried when I did. Like, I felt love. Like, I've been devoted to Christ at many times in my life, and then at some point I denied Christ. I gave up,
Yeah.
because and what I realized, I wasn't giving up. I was just giving up on this man-made conception of God that was imposed upon me, right? And so when I took people through the 12 steps, I experienced God. When I made those tremendous amends that could have landed me in jail, I experienced God. So I think I probably made a promise to, before I came down here to planet Earth, to constantly pursue God. That would be like my primary purpose, to be of maximum service to God and the people about me. Yeah, mastering this process and being able to teach this to others is part of my promise that I made in the big book, you know,
Yeah.
to be of maximum service to God and the people about me, meaning to me, to be of maximum service to humanity. And I think at least right now, you know, I think the world is going to want me to be taking people through this book in addition to and more often than what I have previously ever did and am still doing, taking people through the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of my commitment to following where I believe God is leading me.
Yeah. I think you just said it. It's just I didn't have the words like faith. To me, faith means God. Just different choice of words. My understanding of God and where He is and
Yeah,
what
because the
He
way it just
is.
came to me now, whatever I just said, has nothing to do about keeping this place or losing this place. It has nothing to do with any goals. It has nothing to do with any of that